This is kind of funny because we talked about how they started developing the remake in 2013, and I actually never looked into it, why it took so long. But they didn't really work on it for that long. In September 2015, Cohen and Stokes, the director and writer, Rob Cohen and Michael Stokes, had vacated the project while Ronda Rousey was cast in the lead role. With filming then to begin sometime following the year. So I guess they didn't like the casting of Ronda Rousey, which I understand. She's not an actress. You need someone that can act and fight, not just fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at Conor McGregor. But then, 1 month later, then Nick Cassavetes boarded the film as writer and director. And then, in November 2015, Rousey was defeated by Holly Holm, her first time losing an MMA fight. I remember that. And at that point, I guess, because, she lost her first fight, and that was kind of the start of her decline. Because she made like 2 more comebacks as a UFC fighter and lost both, I think, or something.
I think so, yeah.
And it was, and that's when, she did other things. That's fine, whatever. But it's kind of funny because then I guess they kind of saw the writing on the wall with her fading star. So they just shelved the project. And it was put on hold. They didn't work on it until November 2021. When they're just like, let's try again. And then they hired Jake Gyllenhaal and Doug Liman.
They're like, let's do it the traditional way. Let's have a dude. Let's pick a muscular, pretty, not too young guy. We'll go with that.
That is so interesting. Now we're dragging out, but sorry,
as usual.
As usual. That because they obviously they didn't the whole pre-production thing in 2013. They didn't start building sets or hiring people like that. They had it was pre-production, but I mean that's still probably they probably set up offices. They obviously started hiring people, and had to pay those people.
Yeah, because you have people working on the script and casting and stuff like that. Yeah.
So they probably spent thousands and thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, for these 2 years while they were setting up, the pre-production stuff. And then just go, nah, and not touch it for 6 years.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, that happens. I know that happens all the time, but when you see it like this, just so, we just gave up before we even, had started. I guess that's good, though, because then it would have been more expensive, but still.
Yeah. Imagine filming half the movie and going,
and then giving up, spending millions of dollars, But, spend all that money and all that time, 2 years, and then they're like, we're not going to do it. Only to, 6 years later, they're okay, we'll do it now instead. Wait a minute, what?
Poor those people who started working on it. They weren't, the actual showrunners who aren't involved then in the final product. We're gonna need you to set up these offices, and we need you to bring out these start going through people's auditions and whatever and contacting agents and stuff, and then just go, no, we don't need you anymore, and then they're not involved at all.
Yeah.
When they actually start up again.
Yeah, and we have talked about that before, the whole that part of filmmaking, the more financial, the studio part of filmmaking. It's so terrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean. Sure, they have money to spend, but still, spend all that money and then nothing?
Especially for those, because I think we mentioned this before, but when I lived in England, the last week of my internship that I had was pre-production for a TV show. Yeah.
Bad Girls Club or whatever? Or Good Girls Club.
Good Girls Club, I think.
Yeah.
Good Girls something. It's such a unappreciated work to look for locations, contacting people, casting, especially if you're not involved then in the final product, which apparently turned out to be very different.
Yeah,
what I read in the script.
I tried to find it because I was there when you were working there, and I talked to the guy because we hung out with your boss one night.
Yeah, at the office.
Which back then I thought he was so cool because he's an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah.
Realizing now though that he's just He's like, the
basically
entrepreneurs you see on, that you see on, not on the same level, but the whole thing, like Liver King or something. It was all fake.
Yeah.
It was just hot air, all of it. I'm sure, he was
made
successful.
Money, obviously,
but it was all just
it's
and this whole
drop shipping and random
And
randomly making money from managing to sell one book or something.
Yeah. It was just like
real estate.
I can make money off of this. He start. He started, and it only happened like once or twice. This like some sort of award show for movies.
Oh yeah, the
not the Britpop, because that's a real award show. It was something similar,
like the British
Awards.
Movie Awards or something.
Yeah.
They called them.
Which he managed
But he
to
had it
set
for
up.
music as well.
Yeah, and he had like famous people there. Idris Elba was involved.
Oh yeah, I met Idris Elba.
Yeah, and it was just like one time, and then never more.
I think it happened twice.
Okay, twice, but it wasn't to celebrate film and music. It was just to make money, and whatever.
Basically, yeah.
I'll move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a rise and grind kind of guy, but before that was a thing,
Yes.
because this was kind of before that exploded on
He had
social
like
media.
5 different companies under his one company that I was the intern of. Which was very confusing when you answered the phone, and they were like, "No, but I'm looking for something else." Like, "Oh yeah, that's part of this."
Yeah, and remember,
but that was the pre-production to his TV show.
Yeah.
Was just like, it's so vague. You just got like, okay, I need locations. Can you find me locations? Okay. First of all, I didn't know how to do that. I just
you were an
Googling stuff.
intern.
Yeah,
You were
Unpaid
going to a
intern.
design school. You weren't like
It's a language school.
a language.
but
Sorry, yeah.
I chose design as my like subject because I
But now
had
you're
to have one.
now you're doing like office work and location scouting. Okay.
Well, yeah, exactly, and I don't know how that works. But it was that beginning of it is so unappreciated. The people that do that stuff are not credited at all. I promise you, and they're not gonna even probably be involved in the end product.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, like me, they probably used interns to start off Roadhouse, the remake, to look for things and places to do this.
Yeah, and then nothing happened with it.
Cool, and then nothing happens. Great.
Just like that. But the Good Girls Club did become it wasn't
became
like a TV
mini
show,
series
it was
of like
a web
3
series.
episodes or something. Yeah.
I think I managed to find the first episode at some point.
And it was
a couple years later.
completely different from the script that we read.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I have the script somewhere.
Wow.
On like my old computer or something.
Yeah.
No, wait, I wiped that one. Did I save it? I don't know, maybe.
Anyway. All right.
Terrible script, by the way, so.
Yeah, I read part of it, I think, when we were there. Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
No, but yeah, that's just like it says so much about the business of filmmaking.
Yes.
Not the art form of filmmaking, but the business.
No,
of filmmaking.
but the business, the industry around it.